Last week's episode proved to be awesome. Morales has come back from season 1, and war is marching on. It is marching on for our people. And this coverage gonna be spoilers, so if you haven't watched it yet, get back with me after that, after you watch it, and then we'll discuss here on Nephilim Entertainment. What is up, guys? What is up? Metatron Urel here, and you're watching Nephilim Entertainment, and this is my coverage, The Walking Dead, and this is episode 3, Monsters. Yeah, so War Machine is a chugging along. So our people are still out raising hell with the saviors, or at the saviors, towards the saviors, with the saviors. Anyway, they're not doing nice things to the saviors. Yet, King Ezekiel, he's still smiling. As he stands around and tells his people, "Yet I still smile. Not one of you will be lost. We will march on to victory after win after win after win." Bold claim. Alright? We're going to hold you to that. We're going to march along, not lose one person, and yet you're going to keep smiling. But hey, Carol seems to like to smile, so. Morales. Oh my god, dude. Season 1. You were such a cool guy. Like you're part of the group. Got a little scared, so you took off with your family. Understandable. Went to Birmingham, Alabama. Alright. It's cool. What is your deal? He's pointing a gun at our boy Rick. No, you don't point a gun at Rick. There's just some things you don't do. Pointing a gun at Rick is not one of them. Hey, okay, look. You got a death wish? It's cool with me. But don't point a gun at my boy Rick. Cannot stress that enough, especially when we see thing after thing that Rick has done to people who have threatened him. One is biting a dude's throat out with his bare teeth. Morales, that is something he does not include in his explanation. Think about it. He's made it this far. He's done some shit, okay? Negan ain't got nothing on him that we know of. Hey. So apparently, Morales has got a big deal, and he feels that him and Rick are on the same page. They're not the same people anymore. They're both broken. Okay. Heart goes out for you, dude. Alright. But Eric and Aaron. Okay. I have not talked much about Eric and Aaron. But at this point, this is a couple that has been with us since what? I'd say season 6. Yeah, this is a couple who basically was the welcoming committee for everybody towards Alexandria. Alright? Aaron, if you guys haven't known, Aaron was the one that went out to the wilderness, tracked our 4 people down, brought them back to Alexandria. And then you have Eric, who was his boyfriend, who was sort of his welcoming committee. They both were supposed to go on this together, but Eric had a slight issue. He tripped and fell, basically, and hurt himself. So, hey, he's been out of commission for a little while. And they're actually the 2 people that made Daryl feel somewhat welcomed at the gated community. So, hey, you gotta love Eric and Aaron. Well, apparently, Eric has been shot since last episode. So, Aaron and Eric go off on their own. Aaron consoles them. Poor Eric knows this is it for him. You can't fake that, especially in the show. When your time is coming to an end, it's to the point where you gotta accept that, because at some point you're gonna come back and you're gonna start gnawing on people, and that's not good, especially when your boyfriend is that close. Hey. Now, it is my first thought too. When I see someone dying, I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna just die, and like a split second later, they're gonna start biting people. So yeah, I don't blame them for being on their guard for that. Well, since last episode, also we have another part of the story. It's Jesus versus Morgan. Apparently, Jesus is wanting to spare everybody, give them safe haven. If you have surrendered, we're going to take you. We're not going to kill you, but you are going to be our prisoner. Okay. He's taking prisoners. Morgan, not taking prisoners. He is not going along with taking prisoners. It is, if you're in a Savior's, you are to die. It does not matter whose side you're on. And I feel like at this point, at first, I was on Morgan's side on this, but I got to thinking about something. What if these people were held against their will? Especially when you meet Morales. You cannot but think, what if this guy was made to do something against his will? What if he was made to basically hurt people and he had no choice, or felt like he had no choice? But you see these other people come along, killing your captors. Hey, guys, I surrender. Can I join your side? I mean, that's my thinking. What do you think on that? Do you think there is a possibility that some of these people should be spared and should be taken prisoner to maybe they can, change and join the community once again? Or do you think that, they're saviors, they're all Negan? Let me know down below. And take this nice little survey up here. But, find out Morales, a lot of what's got him sort of douchebagginess is the fact that he lost his family. Okay. So is Rick. But you don't see him join up with Negan terrorizing people. Dude, you don't have sympathy with somebody who has lost his wife, his best friend. Pretty much everybody. The only people in his group right now that were originally with him when he was in Atlanta is Daryl, Carol, and his son. Everybody else is just pretty much, it's those four. That's it. Everybody else is, swapping in and out like shoes or a t-shirt or socks. Yeah, they're they're swappable. But Daryl finally just, Daryl, he takes him out with his crossbow. Shot to the neck, it's done. Morales is gone. Morales is dead. I hate that because I was hoping Morales maybe open up to a new chapter in the story. Maybe him trying to be recommitted to the group, him trying to turn around, be rehabilitated, I guess. But I guess that didn't happen. I guess his story was only going to last an episode and a half, maybe? Not even that. I'd say he's probably like 1/8 and then 1/3, so the math in that. Yeah, he didn't give very much of a story. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe altogether 20 minutes. So, yeah, Morales, let's go Wild West, I guess. But this also poses something, too, because we actually start seeing doubt of killing him in Rick's eyes. He kind of gave a look of a sincere, the hell, man? I was reaching him. Daryl was, oh well, he's the enemy. He deserves to die. Okay. We're starting to see somewhat of a questioning mindset in Rick's eyes, but I guess he's letting it go. I mean, to me, it seems like, it's Rick talking about who he used to be before, when this all first went down. That Rick was a fair, just Rick who was willing to give anybody a chance. We're starting to see that old Rick coming back. So, yeah, and then our little picket group with Morgan and Jesus and Tara, they're walking down in chains. And Jared of the Saviors. If you do not remember Jared was the prick last season who picked a fight with Morgan and Galvin, and which I guess in a way sort of led to Benjamin's untimely death because Galvin tried to basically set the Saviors up to where it would lead to war, which either way that's the outcome it came to anyway, but at the cost of Benjamin, really. But yeah, Jared was the prick that was with him before. Now he's back, and he's in chains. And now he is enticing Morgan. Okay, just because you were spared does not mean you can poke the bear. Especially when this bear's got an itchy trigger finger with a gun pointed straight to your head. Dude, think. But yeah, Jared's picking a fight with the bear. And in the midst of this fight, we come across some walkers that they just come tumbling down a hill. Yeah, apparently these walkers are up high, and they decide that they were going to tumble on down down the hill to our group of people. And honestly, from the looks of it, it looks like it took out at least 2 saviors. You know, one dude got bit in the head, one dude got bit in the throat. Hey, whatever works, right? Well, it caused the group to cause some of the saviors to break off and actually make a run for it, led by none other than Jared. So the group takes off. Morgan takes off after him. So we're thinking, oh God, another foot chase. What's it going to lead to? Possibly a fight? Possibly more walkers? Oh no, what's going to happen? Not what you think. Not what you think. Because in the midst of this, Morgan and Jesus actually butt heads. And Morgan gives this nice little speech of, we're all the same. Eventually, we will all turn out the same. We will all be the same. There is no justification. There is no rhyme or reason. We would just all end up the same. In other words, he thinks that we're all eventually going to become killers at some point. And he's got a point. At some point, where people have snapped. Rick's killed. Daryl's killed. Carl's killed. Glenn at some point didn't kill. But hey, he didn't survive. I mean, he's got a point. Which this leads to a fight between Morgan and Jesus. And what a fight is it? I mean, Jesus, the hand-to-hand expert, Morgan with his staff. Honestly, if it was a fight to the death, I don't know who would win. I mean, Jesus does have the upper hand in some ways because he looks like he's been trained. But Morgan's not a pushover. He's not a pushover. So this leads to a very interesting fight. Then nobody breaks up. Nobody interferes. They're all sitting on top of a hill watching all this. No one stops the fight. Nobody. So the fight ends up being Morgan and Jesus kind of stalemate in a way. Jesus does have the upper hand, but Morgan backs down. It's, to me, in my opinion, it's a tie. Because it's not Jesus getting beaten into submission. Morgan didn't get beaten to submission. They both just kind of, okay, I'm done. I'm done. So it was a stalemate. So Morgan is actually going to leave the group once again. He's not ready to come back to the people. He apparently has some more, I guess, feelings he's got to resolve in himself. He's having confliction yet again. And this is a guy who, since season 1, has always seemed like he's had his head in one direction or the other. He's always come to some conclusion, whether it be a maddening conclusion or a sane conclusion, he's always come to a conclusion. But yet, once again, he's on the fence and doesn't know where he's going to go. Now, I want to make a side note that his character in the comics is already dead at this point. If not now, at some point soon, his character's dead. So I'm just wondering if it's going to come to the point where they're going to actually kill off Morgan's character. I hope not, because he's an awesome character, and I love the development they gave him, especially with the bow staff. Can't ask for... You have a Michonne with the samurai sword, and you got Morgan with the bow staff. Hey, that's awesome. So, with that being said, story continues. And we have Gregory back at Hilltop. Gregory, the bastard who was willing to rat him out anyway. And guess who meets him at the front door? Maggie. Go on, girl, get it. She tore his ass verbally from ear to ear. Let him know what she thinks. And in the end, she lets him into Hilltop. What? Yeah. Maggie apparently lets Gregory get back into Hilltop. For some odd reason, apparently she feels like he's not even worth the bullet to kill him with. Get a rock. Save a bullet. Get a rock. That's all I gotta say. Should be on a t-shirt. But yeah, Gregory's let back into Hilltop. Well, about this time, Jesus finally makes it back with the prisoners. And Maggie's like, no, no, no. Take them back. It's like a kid with a strike. You cannot bring that in the house. Take it back and dump it off where you left it. Jesus wants to put them in a bag, I guess, tie them up, or put them in a stock, something, put them in a cage until they can be judged and trialed or whatever. You're at war. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Most of the people probably want them dead on the spot. But hey. Okay, so, sorry, brain part there, but, yeah, the fighting is starting to dwindle down a little bit. Most of the saviors are either dead, turned into walkers, and killing everyone else, or they're walkers eating everybody else. And Rick's group and Aaron's group have met up. They're starting to do a little bit of a cleanup, and going through the walkers and I guess finding out who's who and what's going on, and gathering their dead and gathering the remains of those they've killed and taking pictures, I guess, as proof. Well, in the midst of that, Aaron decides to go back for Eric. Well, he doesn't find Eric. All he finds is a blood spot on a tree. So, what does that mean? Yeah, our boy Eric, he is no longer amongst us. Aaron looks up into the distance and sees a figure looking like Eric. I don't know what you're going to think. It could maybe possibly be Eric. I think it's Eric. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Eric's gone. Eric's walking towards the herd to join the other undead, so goodbye to Eric. Even though you didn't have a big part in the community, and even though you didn't have a big part in the story, Eric, you will be remembered. Thank you for your service. Thank you for helping our boy Aaron get through this, and may you rest in peace, amongst the others. God bless, and good luck. So with that, yeah, Aaron, he takes upon the mission to take Little Gracie. Little Gracie is the baby that Rick found in the community, I guess, or the outpost. He found a little baby named Gracie. He wanted to take Gracie back to Hilltop. Well, Aaron takes the mission. I'm sorry, but look, I've watched enough zombie shows, and I watched this show long enough to know that at some point somebody's going to snap and do some crazy shit. And I don't get me wrong, Aaron, I've loved Aaron's character since I first met him. He is awesome in the comics, and he's been awesome in the story. But dude just lost his boyfriend. I want to send somebody with you, just for y'all's protection. You're you're dealing with grief, and I don't want you to sell a baby in half or something. Fair enough. I wouldn't say that, but I would think it. Well, he's going to take on the mission to take Gracie back to the hilltop, and apparently, maybe, hopefully, reconcile the fact that he just lost the love of his life. Once again, I'm sorry for your loss, Aaron. Well, as they're cleaning up, Rick and Daryl are getting ready to head out. They get shot at. Yeah, apparently one of the saviors, I guess, thought he could ambush, but he's a horrible shot. I'm watching this and I'm thinking, dude, what the hell was you aiming at? Rick and Daryl are sitting right there, and you shoot up in a damn tree or off over here somewhere. I mean, are you just trying to get their attention? No. But Rick gives his word that the guy will remain unharmed if he divulges information to him. And the guy cooperates. He gives him all the information he needs. Tells him everything. Daryl shoots him. Daryl didn't give his word. Yeah, and then once again we see Rick having confrontation within himself. We're starting to see him struggle with the idea of, we're killing a lot of people. Are we sure we're going down the right path? So that's just beginning to make me wonder if Rick is really on board with the whole killing everybody. Yeah, so that's going to be kind of interesting. And then we finally make it towards the end, and Ezekiel gets a head count of everybody and everything that's been going on. And sure enough, not one of his people was lost. They killed every savior, didn't lose one person. Everybody's accounted for. Yay! He is smiling from ear to ear. I think he is at some point disbelief of, wow, we actually did it. So hey, they're getting ready to go to the last compound and figure everything out. Not so fast. Ambush. Yeah, and we lose probably about 6 people in just that one episode. And it looks like a lot of the people some of the people actually dive to make themselves human shields for Ezekiel. That's going to be interesting to see next episode. All these people that are struggling with the fact that Ezekiel had his body protected by other people. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But so much for not losing people, Ezekiel. Are you still smiling? Up next for The Walking Dead. Yeah, 50 cal. Yeah, that's what the gun is. A big ass 50 cal. We're talking about Army surplus ammunition, and this is a big gun. Big. And obviously, when you saw it at the end of the episode, it took out quite a few people with ease. Yeah, apparently this is going to be wrapped around the episode of them trying to either prevent the people from firing it, or confiscating it, or both. But yeah, the 50 cal is the target, and Carol is in danger. She is on the compound trying to resolve the issue, and she looks like she is by her lonesome. So we're going to see how that wraps up. And in this, we see Rick and Daryl on a nice little adventure. As Daryl's on bike leading the way, Rick is slowly behind them. So what kind of adventure do these two boys going on, huh? So what you think down below? What kind of adventure do you think Rick and Daryl are on? Let me know down in the comments below. Give me a big thumbs up on this page if you like this video. And subscribe for more content. But stay tuned to the end of the video for more content. But that is going to be a wrap for me. I am Metatron URL, and you're watching Nephilim Entertainment. To all you daydreamers and critters out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.